Hi guys, welcome back to Log Rocket again. I'm going to be taking you guys on how you can maximize the Figma constraints to create a responsive website. I'm going to show you how I will apply the different Figma constraints to make this very responsive, so you can actually use it to create a responsive website. So now if you look at this that I created, it's not responsive. This is just literally for desktop. So to make this responsive, I'm going to first of all start with this logo here, this header. Come to this place and you will see this constraint. So here we're going to say left and right. So left and right will make it to when we start shrinking this page, you see what happens. So now the header is now fully responsive, but here is not responsive. You're going to select this and select this also, check this up and check this up. So here is this, we're going to select this one, select this and select this, then auto layout, just press Shift A on your laptop and you're very good to go. Make sure that the height is on arc and the width is on fixed. So for this we are going to also say left and right, or we just set it to scale. So now once you just shrink this, everything is fully responsive. That is how you can actually maximize the Figma constraints and create a responsive website. So now let's go and create the desktop version and the mobile version. For the mobile, we're going to go to our frame, then head to desktop, and here is the desktop size 1440, and the desktop we're using is going to be MacBook Air 1280. So I'm just going to delete this and set this to 1280. So this is going to be for MacBook Air, but let's say you want to design for MacBook Pro 16 or MacBook Pro 14, we can use 1512 as the width. So let's go back and say 1512. So you see the whole stuff is responsive. If you also want, you can actually reduce the font size of this. You can just change this to 48 or just leave it 64. So now let's create for the tablet. I'm going to call this desktop. So for this, I'm going to call it tablet. So for tablet, we are going to use 832. You can see that this place is overlapping. Now we're going to just first of all set this, remove this. We're going to also remove this. We're going to all just remove this stuff. Then we can actually leave this if we want to show it on tablet. Now let's go and open our feather icon. I'll actually recommend feather icons for some of the icons you'll be needing. So we're going to open feather icon and we're going to get menu out. So this is the menu we're going to get out, and now it's out. Just click on it and it will come out. So this is it. So I'm just going to put it somewhere here, just set this to white, change this to white, and we are going to make sure that this place is at 38, and we will select this and also select this button here and add auto layout, Shift A. So make sure to give the distance between them to be 20. Set this to hog. You're going to set this to hog content. So like this is what it will look like on the tablet. So now let's look at this. So this is also unfixed. We are actually going to set this to hog content. This was set to fill. So what I'm going to do now is to reduce this, the text size, to probably 40. So for 40, this is what it will look like on the desktop, then for on the tablets. Then for mobile, we're going to use 430 30 as the width. So you see that this actually compressed so much. So what I'm going to do now is to remove this. So we're going to set this to 0. So this is what it will look like on mobile. Then we're going to remove this, make sure that this is also set to left and right, this constraint, and we are going to remove the padding on both ends, set it to 0. Then this join, we're going to ungroup it and set this, we just remove it because it's now going to be hidden inside here. So for this, we are now going to reduce this, and this is what it will look like on mobile. But for now, I'm just going to set this to 10. This is where our status bar would be. Then for this, we need to close things up. Now remember that this is going to be fill, and this also will not be 40, we can use 24. So for this we can use 16, and for this we're going to set this to fill, and also first of all set the whole container to fill. Now we have something that looks like this. Then the next one, we're going to set this to 14. So this space we have here, we can actually bring it up and make sure it's centered. Then this, we're going to take this up and close things up a bit. So this is what is going to look. So for our tablet, since we have 430, we're going to have 926. Yep, that's the height. Then here is for the tablet, here is for mobile. This is what it looks like on Figma constraint. So we've just used Figma constraint to work on the header, work on the text here. We did not use apply the constraint on this, but the only thing we can do here is to select this, because this perspective stuff that I applied is in one of the Figma plugin. Then here, what you're going to do is make sure that this is set to center. That is just so no matter how much I drag this, it will stay on the center. And if we do the same thing here, select this and set this to center, then also select this and set it to center. So here, no matter how much I drag this stuff, is going to remain on the center. So that's just the power of Figma constraints. Now I'm going to close this up and bring this here. I hope that by now you've learned how to apply Figma constraints so you won't get to mess up your work. And I'm going to see you on the next video. Bye for now.